It's summer in Hastings, Minnesota. The grass is green, the sun is shining, and the last thing anyone wants to talk about is snow or ice. However, recent news affecting the high school athletic department is making plenty of Hastings residents eager for this upcoming winter.
Hockey has been a constant part of the culture here in Hastings for generations. The Raiders play in one of the most beautiful and historic high school rinks in the entire country, which should be on the bucket list to see in person for any hockey fan. There's only one problem. As much as the Raiders enjoy playing here, they would really love a chance to play here.
Hastings hockey has seen its ups and downs of success throughout the years, but they haven't been able to accomplish one of their biggest aspirations since 2001.
Playing in the state boys hockey tournament at the home of the Minnesota Wild. The state hockey tournament is one of Minnesota's finest traditions, packing an NHL arena for high school hockey every March. The tournament brings millions of eyes to the communities playing in it, but Hastings hasn't been in that spotlight for quite some time.
The last time the Raiders made it, they went 4 years in a row: 1998, 1999, 2000, and 2001.
Now, to truly show how long that's been, in '98 they played here, just not in this building. They played at the St. Paul Civic Center in its final year before it was demolished. And in '99 they played here in Minneapolis at the Target Center, the home of the Minnesota Timberwolves, while the Xcel Energy Center was being built.
Finally, in 2001, they competed in the first edition of the tournament held at the Minnesota Wild's brand new arena.
It's been a state tournament drought a quarter century long for Hastings, but a recent change to the Minnesota State High School League structure may have just altered the Raiders' chances, starting this year. In the early 90s, the high school league separated playoff hockey into two classes, AA for the bigger schools and single A for the smaller schools, based on enrollment size. Now, each Minnesota State High School League sport has a playoff class enrollment cutoff number. In layman's terms, the more kids a high school has, the higher a division they'll play in. That's why Red Wing doesn't play Edina in football. They're multiple divisions apart. But since hockey only has two classes, it could sometimes make for uneven playoff matchups. Hastings has been in the bottom 10% of the AA boys hockey enrollment list for decades, but starting next season, Hastings will compete in single A. Hastings' enrollment for the next 2 seasons is officially under the AA line. They'll be competing as the biggest small school rather than the smallest big school. A couple other Hastings sports are moving down classes as well: girls soccer, dance, and girls swim and dive.
Other Hastings sports remain just a sliver above their respective class cutoff line. Girls hockey, volleyball, and boys and girls track and field were amongst a couple of other schools just above the line. And believe it or not, several Hastings sports landed as the first team out of a demotion to a lower class. Raider athletes competing in boys and girls basketball, baseball, softball, boys swim and dive, and girls tennis will literally be playing for the smallest school in their playoff class.
For boys hockey, though, the dream of playing here in St. Paul may become reality as soon as next March. At the rink, I'm Carl Warner, Hastings Community TV.